What do you know about your grandmother's family?
She was born, well, so she came from a very religious, quite strong religious background. Her grandfather was a rabbi. And her uncle, her mother's uncle, was a great actor called Michail Ksendzovsky, who came from Balta, which is in Moldova. They all lived in Moldova area. Mikhail Ksendzovsky founded two theaters in Leningrad, a theater of musical comedy and a summer theater that are operating to this day. And I'm going to use this opportunity to tell about him, because his story deserves a whole other research. He was a brilliant actor, entertainer, beautiful voice. He toured all over Europe, in Germany, and he even made, back at the time where records just appeared, he made several records. And he was even beginning to forge some contacts in LA. I think they were lighthearted. Maybe operettas. Yeah, it was not classical, but it was wonderful. It's what people needed at the time, after, terrible First World War and the revolution and all this bloodshed. So his theaters were extremely successful in Petersburg during NEP time, 1920s. But in 1927, Stalin decided that private property is no longer acceptable. And so around that time, around 1930, the Leningrad, at that time Leningrad leader, Kirov, came to Ksendzovsky and tell him that he needs to give up the theater, that it will now become the state property. While Ksendzovsky can continue to be a director and blah. Ksendzovsky refused, because it was unthinkable. It was his theater that he founded, and after which Ksendzovsky was put to prison. And that was the end of his career, and the theaters were captured and became the state property nonetheless. So for several years, my grandmother, Lucy, lived with, before all this tragic end, she lived with Ksendzovsky, and so she was part of this wonderful theater community, and she dreamed to be an actress, and she danced, and so that was her background.